Hey guys, I want to do a follow-up chitter chat in relation to all of the face fillers and lip fillers and all of the beauty conversations that I have recently thrown a cat amongst the pigeons. I think it's really fascinating because I've had so many messages in particular from people saying thank you for saying it. And of course, there's going to be a few people that maybe didn't actually watch what I had to say and just went off on their own tangent, or maybe it triggered something within themselves, or maybe it's too sensitive of a topic to talk about. But if we put things in boxes that we can't talk about and that we can't discuss, it perpetuates problems that we have to address in order to be able to move forward. And so I want to add some more things into this. And I want us to be able to look at what's going on here. Because if we look throughout history, women have always done stuff to make themselves feel good. You know, we're birds for a reason. We stick feathers in our hair. We put charcoal on our faces. We use berry stains on our lips. Like, there's always stuff that we've done for fun and to feel good. And I said very plainly how I dye my hair because I'm actually a lot lighter than the dark colors I put in my hair, but it's fun. And I get laser because it's practical and I'm allergic to wax. You know, there's things that I do that are fun, and there's things that you will do for fun as well. But the thing is, I don't know anyone that is putting lip fillers in because it's fun, putting Botox in because it's fun, trying to make themselves feel lovable, feel acceptable. And then we have all these young women that are looking at this heavily filtered society and feeling not good enough, perpetuating more eating disorders, more body dysmorphic disorder, more insecurities, more, as I said, fakeness, when they really want to be real, they really want to be accepted, they want to fit in instead of trying to stand out and be the individual that they are. And so if it was triggering, cool. Because I think it's pretty triggering that I talk to so many women that feel like the only way that they're going to be loved and accepted is that if they do these things, is if they get these things done to their bodies, to their faces, and feel good about themselves that way, because it will mean they will get the external validation that they're wanting and craving. So everything's a tender topic if you really want to dive into it. But the thing is, if we keep not having honest conversations, if we keep going, oh, you're just judging, or there's no compassion, that's bullshit. Because actually everything is a judgment. When you go and you get your breakfast in the morning, you are judging what you should and shouldn't have that day. We always put judgment in a negative category, but if you replace it with discernment, you're discerning what's going on, right? And so I'm looking at the world and I am looking at people in my life with young girls that feel the need to even start filtering themselves at 10 years old. This isn't okay. Feeling like, oh, when I'm older, I'm going to get lip fillers too. This isn't okay. Looking at themselves as if they're not good enough the way they were born. And as I mentioned, there's always exceptions here. I stand by what I said. Everyone wants more real in the world. And in a world where there is so much more division and everyone's afraid to say something that might ruffle feathers, then we're not actually helping anyone. And it is important to keep these conversations going and checking in with one another. Trends always change, right? And it goes right back to school when your mum used to say, if everyone was jumping off a cliff, would you do it too? Well, this is a cliff that so many women are jumping off of, and no one is questioning it because they're seeing it so much. It's being bombarded so much that it's normal. And maybe it's time that we start looking at it and going, what is really happening here? What is going on with people's level of self-worth, level of self-esteem? There's a very big difference to doing things for fun and doing things because, it's enjoyable and makes you feel good and makes you feel more yourself. And then there's actually wanting to change your physical body in all of these different ways because you're not the standard of beauty. You're not acceptable. You're not lovable, whatever it is, right? So once again, let's keep the conversations going and let's look at how can we better support one another to actually pull the blinkers off and see what's going on out here and actually see, is this okay? Right? Like, is this okay? There's so many things throughout history that at the time were acceptable, and we look back and go, oh, we can't believe that as society we thought this was okay. Because you can look back in hindsight. Are all the lip fillers and Botoxes and plastic surgeries and all of the things that you're doing to change your actual physical appearance to be loved, accepted, that external validation because internally you're not doing well? Are we going to look back and go, oh my God, no one said anything. No one had these conversations with us. I wish someone had talked to me about my thoughts and my beliefs and the stuff that I've gone through in life or whatever, right? Like, if we don't have these conversations, how can we help people? Okay? So once again, if it triggers something in you, cool, great. We get to talk about that. That's what we're here to do. We're meant to shine light in dark places for one another so that we can help each other break glass ceilings, so that we can help each other evolve. And we have to do that by having sometimes difficult conversations, yeah? Sometimes conversations that go, oh, that's a bit tender, that's a bit sensitive. Good. It's not then superficial shit then, is it? Now we're getting a little deeper. So we can lovingly support one another and go, what's happening here? What's happening with so many filters that it's penetrating out into the real world? Let's start talking more about it. Love to hear your thoughts and comments on this too, because this is a conversation that I think needs to continue. Ruffling feathers away. That's what we do.